Hey, what's up, AJT fam? We're going to do our recap today, our morning recap here from today. But before we get started, I want to ask you guys a question. Do you have that trader's gremlin voice? And what I mean by that is, do you have that voice that haunts you every day that says, why do you always make mistakes? Why do you always screw up? Why can't you do the right thing? You know what to do. Why can't you do it? Or, you'll never make it. Everybody was right. See, you can't make money in this market. How many of you guys experience and I call this the gremlin's voice. It's the trader's gremlin voice. Because it's sitting on your shoulder, and if you think about what she's saying throughout the day, then yeah, that's the gremlin's voice, because it's imitating her. The funny thing about that gremlin is that it can imitate just about anybody. Alright? But everybody has that voice. I had that voice. I promise you, I had that voice. And I know you probably tried everything you could think of to make that voice go away. Because, trying to focus on the positives, punishing yourself when you make mistakes so that you won't make the same mistakes again. Different motivational techniques, just trying to have distractions to keep you from thinking about it so much. I mean, all of these work for other things in our trading. We use these. I use these strategies for other things in our trading, but it won't silence that voice, and it seems like it just gets worse, and the voice gets louder. So, here's the catch: trying to eliminate that voice is just as bad as trying to eliminate the emotions that you feel in your trading. You can't eliminate them. By doing that, it only makes it louder. It only makes that voice louder. It only makes your emotions more effective in guiding you as you make decisions. And you don't want to make emotional decisions. Okay, it's about learning how to use that voice for a positive. Learning how to manage those emotions so that they become strengths versus weaknesses. So how do you do that? Basically, you just change the narrative. Okay, you just change the narrative. Instead of saying, why do I always screw up? Say, what do I need to do in order for me to stop making these same mistakes over and over? What do I need to do to fix it? That's the voice you should be hearing. What do I need to do in order to make sure I'm following my process every day? Those are the things that you have. That's how you change the narrative. So that voice that you hear is not that gremlin voice that's agitating you every time you hear it, and it's making you feel bad, and it's making you feel depressed and hopeless, because then that creeps into your trading, and every trade you take you're going to expect to fail, and that creates a whole nother problem, right? So a lot of people ask me in this trade today, and I got a couple messages on it. The trade on Tesla where I made a mistake. I got in when I wasn't supposed to, but I didn't beat myself up about it. I looked at it and I came up with a plan that could help me get out of it. And some people celebrate me for it. Some people hate me for it. They get highly pissed off because they were in the trade and they lost money, but I end up making money on it. And the whole point of it is having confidence in your process. If you have confidence in your process, you know you have an edge. You're not going to worry about win rate and all this other stuff, because you know you have an edge, and if you do it right, you're going to execute it. You're going to win most of the time. You're going to have positive trades most of the time. If you make a mistake and you took the time to learn how to read price action, then you'll be able to take that mistake and turn it into a positive. Most of the time. Will it work all the time? No, nothing works all the time. But it's all about changing the narrative and what you're telling yourself, what that voice, that gremlin voice is telling you every day, changing that narrative. That's what I try to help you guys do. If you are having that problem, it doesn't matter whether you trade my strategy or anybody else's strategy. It doesn't matter. What matters is getting that narrative changed in your mind. It's developing the right mindset so that we can move forward and be a success in this industry. So if you're having trouble, come join me. You make one lifetime investment in this learning community, and you'll never have to spend another dime in it, ever. Never. So it's a no-brainer. You can make it back in no time once you get everything working and everything in the right order. So you got any questions, email me. If you're not a member, email me. We can work through it. If you are and you haven't done a mentor session, shame on you. I'm not gonna come chasing you. That's for damn sure. So if you need help with it, that's what I'm here for. So let's see. Okay, Tesla hit our second target. Remember, the final target is, let's see, where is the linear regression channel now? 233.77. All right, perfect. So 233.85 is our final target. So we can put in a range order here, because that's where the linear regression channel is, and that's where the next daily pivot is. So we're gonna do 233.75 is the final profit target, and our stop is gonna be back at 236.50, which was right around where the first profit target was. All right. So, because we don't know if this is going to continue, or if somebody comes in and wants to start buying here or start covering, and it freaks people out and it moves the stock back up. We don't know. So we got to take profit when we get it. Lock it in. So since we're on Tesla, let's go ahead and talk about Tesla here for this morning. All right, so here is the 5-minute opening range low right here. And I made a mistake. Let me set it up for you. Here's the opening range low. I got in down here. Okay, and I know why I did it. For a while, I was sitting here trying to figure out, why the hell did you get in there? I got in once we lost the intraday support. We tested it twice, and it kind of fell through this time. This was the second test. This wasn't the first. This wasn't the third test. This was the second test. So I get in, but guess what? there is a daily level at 240.70. Well, close enough. 247. Daily level right here. And I was so mad at myself because I shorted into this. I didn't see it. I made a mistake. I didn't see it. I shorted into this. Okay, it bounced. We rejected here. So my plan was, if it rejects, I'm going to add to this. And I'm going to look at taking profit once we get down here to my original entry first, and then look at strategic profit targets along the way. All right, and that's exactly what I did. What I did was I zoomed out. I looked at this. This is in a downtrend. Look at this. It's not about sitting here choking your damn trades off, trying to follow your risk reward thing, because if you do that, you miss these big trades. So I've got several traders that's graduated to just reading price action, and they're risking more, but guess what? They're making 10 times more. That's what you're trying to graduate to. I know in the beginning you have to keep things close to the vest. You're trying to build confidence in your process, and you don't want to lose all your money doing it. You're susceptible to making bigger mistakes. I get it. It's what you have to do. But eventually, you got to grow beyond that. And this is an example today of what you can do if you have confidence. You don't have that gremlin voice telling you you're screwed up. You just need to take your loss and take your medicine and move on. No. The chart is telling me that we're still in a downtrend. We're still looking on red. We're still red on the day. We're still under all of this resistance. Okay? I'm reading the price. I'm not getting the feel that everything is starting to reverse. I'm just not getting that. And that's what you do. That's why I teach you how to interpret candlesticks first. I teach you how to read the price action, and not to get stuck up trying to read level 2 and or book map or whatever. Keeping your mind clear so you can let the chart tell you what's happening. Because the chart's telling you what's happening right now. When these candlesticks are forming, that's live data. Okay, live data is telling you exactly what's happening. If you know what you're reading and what you're looking at, you're able to see exactly what the market participants are doing. And that's going to help you determine how to handle these trades. So I brought the message up today about that market gremlin, because the gremlin used to tell me all the time, man, why do you keep doing this stuff? And I'm going to punish myself by taking this off and taking a loss. How stupid is that? How stupid is that? You don't think that way. You've got to change the narrative. Okay? You got to change the narrative. Sometimes you'll hear me say, I made a mistake. I deserve to get beat up like this. I deserve it. I used to say it all the time. But I had to change the narrative because I was creating the very scenario that I was talking about. So, this is exactly what we have to do and how we need to think and how we need to progress to that. And that's what this Trader Mindset program is trying to do, to help you guys progress to that way of thinking. All right, so we got the first profit, second profit. We didn't quite get to the final target, so we started to bounce. I went ahead and took it off. I didn't know if we were reversing off of the linear regression channel or not. This is typically where we see stocks reverse. It didn't. It kind of got rejected. Once we sold through the LRC, I got in. I got back in. And I added to this. Well, actually, I still had like 33 shares. I'm sorry. I still had 33 shares. So I added back short, and it bounced, and I ended up having to take it off. So here I get back in, and it bounced. It got down to not quite far enough for me to be able to take profit. Now I am shortening up my profit targets, but I'm not taking 50 cents, or 60 cents. I'm not doing that. I'm looking for significant moves. And so this bounced, rejected again, got to my profit target, got to my second. My last target you saw me put in, we're kind of waiting for it. It's starting to bounce. 236.50. I'm gonna put that stop back in again. But this has been a really, really good trade so far. So before we go any further, I need to go change the stop here. Oh no, I had put it in right. I didn't realize it. I'm talking. I didn't realize I had to stop in right. All right. Let's get my head screwed on straight. Okay, range, order, low price on 233.81. I thought I still had 100 shares on this. I'm sorry. I didn't realize I did it. Give me 1 second. Oh man, I outsmarted myself. I outsmarted myself. Alright, so let's go to the next trade. Gotta blow this back up. Go to the next trade. Okay, here's a not so good trade. And guess what stock it's on? Guess what stock it's on? You guessed it. NVIDIA. I bought the opening range breakout, and again, I could not believe my eyes that it fooled me again. Fooled me again. I bought the breakout and pulled back on me. It's like, damn. So I worked through it, and I did get the breakdown here under I did get the breakdown here under the intraday lower day. Got to the first target, it bounced, stopped me out. I didn't get the second move, but again, I got fooled on Tesla, on NVIDIA again. It took me to the house again. Took me to the woodshed and used the AJT kicking ass machine on me, or AJT ass kicking machine. Some of you old guys know what that looks like, you OGs, but took me to the cleaners again. Did get a little base hit there. I was okay with that. Meta kind of made a mistake here and didn't take profit again. I should have taken profit here. This was my first entry. Once we kind of confirmed under this, I added back. We made a nice move down. Really could have taken profit here and been happy with it, with the base hit, but I didn't. We started building back. You could see it, so I bailed out of it. There was no reason to hold this. I told you guys the price action, what we were looking at, and that was that. So Meta, I might have made a couple dollars on Meta. I don't remember. I think I did, if not break even, but that's it. But last but not least, our old buddy ENPH. It sucks that I didn't get short down here when it lost the 200. I wanted to, but I had to go. I couldn't stick around. And this stock I wanted to kind of stay just in case we didn't get a blow up. But you can see opening range breakout here, 5-minute opening range breakout. We did get a pullback, some stick figures here, but then price action got really, really good. I added here, took some profit here, and ended up stopping out at break even. Bought this on the bounce, took some profit, stopped out at break even on the rest. So a couple of base hits on this. Really nice because I could size up on this. I could trade 500 shares up to 1,000 shares on this and be fully comfortable with this. But really nice move on this. I think I got up to 800 shares on this move, but only 500 on this move. But still a pretty decent day. So that's my day today. I know this was a little bit long recap, but I wanted to explain some things so you guys can really understand where you can go. All it takes is you to build confidence in the strategies that you trade. Doesn't matter whether it's strategy you learn from me or Tom, Dick, or Harry. It doesn't matter. If it's a viable strategy, develop confidence in it and just come in and execute. And whatever issues you run into, let's not talk about that voice that haunts you. Let's not use that voice. Let's change the narrative. Let's ask ourselves, what can we do to not do this next time? And not instead of, why do I keep doing this? Why do I keep ending up in the same spot? Why? The answer, you've got the answer. We just need to bring it out of you. So you guys that aren't members, I'm waiting for you. I got a couple of spots left going into our next evolution coming up next week, starting Q4. I'm here. Let's finish this